Welcome to Extra. I'm Joanne Hines.
And I'm Georgia Lash. Here at Extra, we bring you expanded coverage of recently broadcast features from Sun City TV. Lately, Sun City TV has received a bevy of requests to get coverage for our local nonprofit organizations who need our help.
So this month on Extra, we're devoting the entire episode to our community's needs for our time, talent, and treasure, and meet some of those who are already serving. Let's get started, Georgia.
Actress Audrey Hepburn once said, "As you grow older, you'll discover why you have two hands, one for helping yourself, the other for helping others." The helping hands of 68 of our Sun City neighbors are busy at Bluffton Self-Help. We visited them to get an update and meet one of those Sun City volunteers. We're here at Bluffton Self-Help, who have dedicated over 3 decades of community service with multifaceted resources and support. But who better to tell us than you, Janet? Let's start off. What are all the facets besides just the food that we're looking at right now behind us, the market as you call it?
The basic needs, yes. We do the food pantry here with our food market. We have clothing on the other side. We also have a diaper program. Behind you, you can see hygiene items, household items. We do quite a bit of things. Now, beyond the basic needs side, we also do a lot more. There is an education component to what Bluffton Self-Help does. Back in 2021, we merged with the Learning and Literacy Center, so we have lots of resources available that way for our neighbors to better themselves and elevate them to their path to success. We also have client advocates that work with our neighbors that may need a little bit more. We have a career development program, help neighbors become productive workers in the workforce and be able to communicate and again, get back on that path to self-sufficiency.
There's critical needs. Sometimes I think we all look at our own backyards and forget a little bit what those critical needs are and about how many people that you are actually serving.
Well, here in the market, probably about 250 families a week come through here when we are open. So it's quite a bit. Annually, we are over 850 last year in who we serviced. But when you look at the statistics, there are so many people, both in Beaufort and Jasper County, that are living below the livable wage and struggling. Basic needs side also goes beyond food and clothes. We have drives, we have holiday programs, we also have free produce events for everyone open to the public. But we also have those drives where we support the schools, the 10 area Bluffton schools, with classroom supplies and then, most importantly, snacks.
It's important for kids.
Yes.
That's a critical need when you're that age. Now, the cog in the wheel have to be all the volunteers that are here. And what kind of roles do they serve?
Well, the volunteers are the vitality of this organization. We can have all these ideas and try and push them forward, but with what we, I don't want to say save, but what we utilize in volunteer workforce is equivalent to so many hours of pay and whatnot. Everything we do, all those classes I mentioned earlier at the Learning and Literacy Center, those are tutors, volunteer tutors. We have mentors. We also have people working behind the scenes administratively to help our programs work, support our programs, and help our staff. And then in the market is the hard work, the heavy lifting. We unload trucks, we go through food, rescued food every day. We set things up, move things around, food safety, all of it.
Now, besides volunteering, are there any other ways that Sun City can help Bluffton Self-Help?
Sun City's so large and so generous all the time. So obviously after volunteering, the next biggest thing is donations. Donations are huge. We take financial donations, but we also have food drives. Food drives whatever initiative we're doing at the time. Toys, school supplies. Right now we're school snacks. We just started school snacks. So raising awareness in your clubs, neighborhoods, communities, friends, families, whatnot, just raising awareness and donations.
We'll tell you to look for the Bluffton Self-Help Truck on October 14th, which is our famous fall car show. So while you're there looking at the cars, you bring those canned goods, you bring those donations, because Bluffton Self-Help will be there. And other clubs, let's think about, can we do this as well? Now, we have so many new residents, and I know they're going to be interested in perhaps becoming one of these important volunteers or learning how to donate. So how do we contact you?
Our website. Our website is the best place to start. Just enter your information there, and someone will get back to you and get you into an orientation and see where you can fit.
Thank you for inviting us in, and thank you for sharing all that you do, because it is so much more. John, it is a privilege to meet you. You are right now representing Sun City as one of the fabulous volunteers that come here to make Bluffton Self-Help work. So tell us about that.
Well, Bluffton Self-Help believes that everybody's important and everybody can make a meaningful contribution to this community. And everything we do here is focused on helping people reach those kinds of personal successes. What I find is a privilege to be able to be part of that mission and to help people actually reach that success. Plus, you know, along the line, I get to meet the fabulous people who work here and the lovely neighbors who come in and get our services.
Why should they join you here?
Because it is a meaningful work with a good cause that you can spend your life doing.
Well, I think we've got the time, we've got the talent, we've got the treasure to share. Thank you for giving us this information.
Thank you for this opportunity. It's great.
Bluffton Self-Help has a significant outreach in the community. Georgia, what was the next opportunity you had to meet with a local nonprofit program?
Well, Joanne, we visited Meals on Wheels Bluffton Hilton Head, which provides meals to homebound clients in our area, including Sun City. They need our help. Take a listen. One of the volunteers just told me that this is the calm before the storm, and we are here at Meals on Wheels. Lily, as the executive director, share the mission of this organization.
Well, our mission is to feed people who are homebound, mostly elderly, and to do a social check to make sure they're well and they're safe. So that's our mission, make sure they get nutritious food and medically tailored food.
I have a feeling both of those are so important.
Well, they're very, very important because a lot of our residents here have family far away, and so we kind of watch out for them. And also, loneliness is a national epidemic, and we are making sure that our clients are not lonely. We're checking on them Monday through Friday and making sure that they can come to the door and get their meal.
How many clients is your organization currently serving?
Well, we serve about 300 a year. We've got 175 meals going out daily, so that's our number right now.
It's a great need. Now, I'm assuming, like many of us, have experienced some current challenges. How have things like the food price increase, the supply chain issues, and even volunteer availability impacted Meals on Wheels?
Well, we're very lucky to live in the community that we do. We put out a call for volunteers about 2 weeks ago. We got 30 new volunteers, so that is amazing. As far as food prices, our vendor is out of Savannah, SCI, Senior Center Incorporated, and they have kept the prices consistent for 5 years. I have a meeting with them next week, so hopefully it's staying the same. But we pay $7.50 a meal, and it runs us about $27,000 a month. And we don't charge for our meals. So our fundraising and our donations and our support from the community is so very important.
Now, while we're anxious to meet some of these volunteers coming in a few minutes, give our Sun City residents an incentive of why we would love to come and join this great crew that you have. What is the time allotment? And what are the duties of a Meals on Wheels volunteer?
Well, first of all, we start at about 8 o'clock in the morning packing up the food. And then the drivers come in and you use your own car and your own coolers, a cold cooler and a hot cooler, and you deliver to about 15 homes. That's our max. We need volunteers to help with committees, fundraising, other things too. But the incentive is that it's not healthy for you to be sitting on that couch at home. So you need to get up and come on out and volunteer.
And we have finally the time to do that, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Now, let's do one more push for Sun City because they are a generous group of people.
Oh, my.
How else can Sun City help, like you said, besides just doing meal deliveries? You mentioned a few. Let's impact on that a little bit harder.
Well, we're kind of excited. We're partnering with Bluffton Soup Kitchen, and we are going to be opening a food distribution in Bluffton. So that means our volunteers from Bluffton and Sun City, especially Sun City, can volunteer, and they don't have to cross over to the bridge to pick up the food. They'll be picking up the food on Boundary Street, and that will start at late September. So we're very, very excited about that. And then any other way you can, like Sun City Car Club.
Sun City Car Club.
Yep, they adopt two routes in Sun City. So that's another thing a business can do in Bluffton is adopt a route, and it's about $1,000 for the year, $1,500, whatever you want to help us with, and your business is on the labels of the meals that go to those clients. So that's exciting.
Well, I had heard a little bit about that car club endorsement, and I think that's a great idea. Clubs, start thinking about this as you look at your funds for the next year. And I think the Bluffton location is going to make a tremendous difference for a lot of our perhaps volunteers. It might give them that little push.
Yes, and then the last but not least, we are starting a pet program. So we're providing cat food and dog food to our clients. So we want to make sure they're not feeding their meals to their pets.
Celeste, we can talk numbers, we can talk, what volunteers, how many we have, but you're in the midst of this with client services, and that's really why most of us volunteer, is for the people that we serve. Can you share some of the things about clients in Meals on Wheels?
We have clients who are so extremely lonely, and one of the jobs I have is keeping up some communication with them. And just yesterday, I got a phone call from a lady who just wanted to tell me how much she appreciated getting the meals. She's been a client for about 4 months, and how much it means to her to be able to see somebody every day. So the drivers who go to deliver are friendly and caring, and this is something that people get into who have a heart for other people.
I know we're called Meals on Wheels, but maybe we should start calling it Meals and Feels on Wheels because you do so much more on the surface. We're excited to hear that you're bringing Volunteers Center into Bluffton, which is awesome for our Sun City residents. But I want you to just touch on how easy you have made it for these volunteers.
So we started bagging up the drinks and anything extra, dessert. Sometimes there's coleslaw or little salads, and that goes into a brown bag that has the client's label on it. They're put on the tables in order of delivery. So as you pack your coolers, the first bag you're going to need will be on the top. We have route sheets that have clear directions leaving here to the first person's house and on and on. It takes you from each house to the next one, and when you're finished, you don't have to come back here. You're done for the day and go about your way.
I have to say, for patient, client confidentiality, we won't show you the sheets, but they are a corporate masterpiece. Like you say, the directions are there. There's some notes there, like this client may take longer to come to the door, and really making the comfort zone for the volunteers such an easy trip.
This is an impressive organization, and it's good to hear that our Sun City residents are served by Meals on Wheels. And kudos to one of our groups, Sun City Car Club. They're actually sponsoring the cost of some of the meals that are delivered here. And one more time to recognize Bob Grando, our camera person, who made these last visits possible.
And you've got one more, Georgia, don't you? This time with one of our very own groups whose charitable efforts start right here on campus.
The Sun City registered group, 100 plus Sun City Women Who Care, can teach us a few things about giving. I was privileged to attend one of their meetings to learn more about them and see them in action.
100 plus Sun City Women Who Care is a registered group here in Sun City that is a model of efficacy and efficiency in the realm of charitable contributions. Let's hear how they do this. Now, very often I will pick up Sensations or I'll look at a local newspaper and I see a beautiful picture of Sun City Women Who Care presenting a large, wonderful amount check to an organization. So how do you select these organizations?
Well, again, that's very simple. We have any member can nominate a charity. We do vet it to make sure that it is truly local and a verified 501c3. At the meeting, she just has to fill out a little form and put it into our little hat. At the beginning of the meeting, 3 slips are drawn from the hat. The women have 5 minutes to speak about the charity, one at a time. And after we have a little time for questions, everybody votes. We have a paper ballot. The ballots are collected and counted, and the charity with the most votes is the recipient that night. So every woman just writes a check for $100 directly to that charity.
Now, is it possible to give us an idea of, in a given year, how much you may have all collected for the different organizations?
Sure. Last year, we have 4 meetings a year, and we have 143 members, give or take. But last year, we gave $56,000. And so since our inception in 2017, we've given away almost $200,000. Almost. We're about $200 short.
And I'm thinking, if we base that on the minutes that you're all actively involved in the meeting, that's a very generous hourly rate that you donate.
I know, that's the beauty of it. No time is wasted, and it just works. It's kind of democracy in action.
I think it would be curious for some of our, especially new residents, to hear some of the charities that have been beneficiaries.
Yeah, I counted before our meeting. We've donated to 19 local charities, VIM, Volunteers in Medicine, PEP, Programs for Exceptional People, Dragon Boats Beaufort, Family Promise, the Bluffton Soup Kitchen. Probably the most interesting one was Blue Tail's Line. It was to purchase bulletproof vests for the canine dogs for Jasper County Sheriff's deputies. And these vests are bulletproof, and they're also air-cooled in the summertime. I think they have ice packs in them. They have pockets where they can carry other items. And I think we collected at that time $7,000. We didn't have that many members, but they were so appreciative. And then at the following meeting, they brought the dogs so we could meet them. And that was in the pavilion because at the time it was during COVID. So that probably maybe not the most necessary charity, but certainly the most exciting for us.
The gratitude must be so strong amongst these organizations when you can bring them this kind of donation and so simply.
Yes.
This is going to cause some interest in Sun City.
I hope so.
Okay, so we're going to need some contact information. If someone wants to belong to your group, how do they go about doing this?
Well, first of all, we are in Sensations. We're under registered community groups, and we're the first one because we're numerical, 100. Come to our next meeting. It's November the 6th at 5 o'clock here somewhere in Pinckney Hall. You don't have to be a member. You can come and just see what we're all about and join that night or not. But I think seeing us in action in less than 1 hour, what we can do is very telling and very moving. And our motto is, alone we are one drop, but together we're an ocean.
Beautiful. I can't say anything more, any better. Please join and look up 100 plus Sun City Women Who Care.
Group member Mary Lepley submitted the selected charity at this meeting. Let's hear from her.
Hi, I'm Mary Lepley, and I am lucky enough to be one of the members of the 100 Women Who Care Club out here in Sun City. We are now an organization with over 140 members, and what we do is work with nonprofits and nominate them, and I'm lucky to say that this particular quarter I have been able to present Volunteers in Medicine in the Bluffton Jasper area, and they have been voted, so all the people of the club will be writing the checks for them for $100 each. So that's a substantial thing that we can all do together but not do alone. And I'm very excited about running out of here and giving Volunteers in Medicine a call. For those that don't know, it is a volunteer organization of doctors and nurses, dentists for the uninsured, particularly they started out in Hilton Head, but they have a Bluffton and now a Ridgeland location for the areas around here of the non-insured. So,
I had the fortune of hearing from one of the organization's representatives who was there to talk about how they earned the money from 100 Plus Sun City Women Who Care and how it was used.
I'm Kristen Dubrowski, CEO of Hopeful Horizons. We're the local children's advocacy, domestic violence, and rape crisis center serving Beaufort, Colleton, Hampton, and Jasper and Allendale counties. And we're a recent recipient of the Sun City 100 Plus Women Who Care donation. We're so grateful to this group for supporting Hopeful Horizons' mission to protect, treat, and prevent. Funding has already been used to purchase some new furniture for our emergency domestic violence shelter, and we have a long list of other things that we're going to do with this support. So we're so grateful to the group.
Joanne, you know, at that meeting, they all submitted their checks, and it turns out the total was $15,000 to Beaufort Jasper Volunteers in Medicine.
All in 1 hour.
All done.
All in 1 hour.
Okay, now to our favorite segment, Extra Special. Joanne, you brought us a story that we truly can call warm and fuzzy.
Our four-legged friends at Jasper Animal Rescue Mission benefited from Sun City's generosity too. It all started with an adoption event Sun City TV checked in on.
Hi, I'm Cindy Abernathy, and I am the president for the Jasper Animal Rescue Mission.
And how do you go about adopting a dog here at Petco today, Cindy?
You would come in, you would do a meet and greet if you have another animal. If not, we would ask you some questions. Then you would adopt. Our adoption fee is $125 for dogs and $100 for cats. They're spayed, neutered. They have all of their shots. They have flea and tick medication, and they're microchipped as well.
And how can the people of Sun City donate to JARM?
Okay, you can donate. You can link up with one of our volunteers in Sun City, or you can bring the donations to the shelter. For big items, the girls just picked up a washer and dryer last week, and they can bring the van and pick up the items.
What kind of items are you accepting for the dogs?
We always need dog food, cat food, treats. We need everything because we're the county shelter, so we intake all the animals in Jasper County.
And I understand that you accept towels and sheets and stuff too?
Yes, ma'am. We do accept towels, sheets, blankets. All donations are greatly appreciated.
Thank you, Cindy.
Well, thank you.
After seeing these efforts, I knew there was a bigger story. Taking Georgia with me, we visited JARM and its fundraising shop, The Barking Basement.
Caitlin, for our Sun City residents, will you explain the key elements of everything JARM encompasses?
JARM is actually the county shelter for Jasper County, which means we take in every animal in need within Jasper County. So we turn nothing away, and that includes aggressive animals, injured animals, senior, newborns, anything. So if they need us, we take them in. And that means a couple of things. That means that we're always very busy and we're always very full. But we are also a 501c3 nonprofit, so that means we're able to do a little bit more for the animals, as in we're able to keep them long term if they need to stay here, and we also rely very heavily on donations, grants, fundraisers, and support from our community.
That's good to know. That's good to know. Now, you mentioned you're always full. So, approximately how many animals are here at any given time?
Well, we've actually been over capacity for about 1.5 years now. So we have about 100 dogs and about 150 cats, but some of those cats are in foster homes, so only about 100 cats on site. And that's almost double capacity. So we've been very, very full.
I have someone who wants to get in on the action here, tapping me on the shoulder. Am I not doing a good job or going fast enough for you? Now, in the population that you house, does it skew more toward the older animals or toward the kittens and pups?
It varies actually by the time of year. Spring and summer, definitely more puppies and kittens. And then in the winter time, we don't hardly see any puppies and kittens, and it's more, not necessarily senior, but more just young adult animals.
Let me pop one more question at you. This sounds like a lot of work. It sounds like there's so much need. What do you all get out of this?
Oh, it's just the most rewarding work that I can ever think of doing. Just to see them, most of our animals come in rough shape, and then to see them get all healthy, happy, and fixed up. We get to see them go home or go to another rescue. It's just the most rewarding feeling you can have. So we're all doing it because we love it. We love the animals. Nobody's here for the money or just because it's a job. We do it because it's our passion. We love it.
Well, thank you for allowing us to come in and meet these great little creatures. My friend left me. Thank you.
We are Jasper Animal Rescue Mission, doing business as the Barkin Basement. And the Barkin Basement was started by two elderly matriarchal women in our town. And we got the contract with the city, with the town of Ridgeland. And it's just a wonderful support for JARM. We get donations from people who live around us, and we sell things for a very good deal to local members of our community.
Tell us about the kind of merchandise you have here.
So we have pretty much everything except clothes.
Any idea of how JARM uses the funds?
So JARM uses the funds to buy food for animals, cats and dogs. We provide vet care for the animals. It's basically a holding place for animals where we take care of them. We get them spay-neutered, give them all their shots, update their, health care, and until they find their forever home.
Well, this is giving us all a reason to purchase with a purpose.
Sharon, can you tell us why you like working at the Barkin Basement?
I love our customers. I love being with the cats, of course, in the store. And it's a great atmosphere. Do a wonderful, wonderful thing for the community, the store that's in itself, and all the things that are here for them to purchase.
And how can we make donations to the store?
Well, we do have, I actually live in Sun City, and I will pick up donations personally. And we do have a phone number of our manager who does come out once a week about, and we'll do larger pickups.
And what can you tell us about volunteering here?
It's a wonderful thing. You only have to do a few hour shift, a couple hours here and there. We have people that come in and just clean the store for us. If they don't want to deal with the customers, they'll come in and just make the store look nice. So any type of, we can use anyone's help.
And how long have you been working here?
5 years.
Wow, it's a long time. Thank you, Sharon, for
Thank you.
speaking with us. I don't know about you, Georgia, but I am so glad we got to do this extra special.
I think if it shows us anything, the best part was knowing that when we want to volunteer, there's so many ways to do it. We can donate. We can collect supplies. We can do deliveries. You were at an adoption event,
Yep.
and we just saw people that are organizing an entire retail establishment for the purpose of collecting funds for a very worthy organization. And it's all so rewarding. That's what they'll tell you.
Thank you for watching Extra Special. That's Extra for September. We hope we've given you some ideas of how to help our community. I'm Joanne Hines.
And I'm Georgia Lash. Thanks to all our Sun City volunteers. And thank you for watching. Please join us again next month as we bring you extra coverage of stories and features from Sun City TV. You can always catch us on cable and on our YouTube station, where we invite you to subscribe for easy viewing.